I have been compiling eBay auction data from 4 fields of pop culture collecting: video games, comic books, Pokemon cards, and Funko Pops. Key Collector Comics is a subscription app that provides sales data and other information to collectors. This week, Key Collector reported on many record-breaking sales of Key Comics. Today, we put those claims to the test by attempting to find those sales on eBay.
Did you know that?
The first comic appearance of Peter Parker Spiderman was in Amazing Fantasy 15 in 1962. A low-grade copy sold for $9,000 in December 2020. The first cover appearance of Miles Morales Spider-Man was in Marvel Preview 95, almost 50 years later, although there is some debate as to whether or not this is the first appearance. A high-grade copy of this book sold for $1,000 more in the same month.
Well, now you know. Which one would you rather have?
This week, Key Collector posted their top 10 back issues with record-breaking sales. We chose to review 3 comics from the list: Marvel Previews number 95, Hulk 181, and Amazing Spider-Man 129. Hello? The government has frozen my bank account. You need my passport and credit card information so you can unfreeze them? Okay. Fellow collectors, while Jamie provides the nice pirates his banking information, we would like to provide you a little more information about this episode. Key Collector Comics makes bold statements about record-breaking sales without providing their sources or their methods from which they obtain their data. We reached out for comment but have yet to receive a response. Today, we will attempt to corroborate their claims by using sales data taken directly from the eBay website. We realize that Key Collector likely has other sources than just eBay: Comic Link, Comic Connect, Heritage Auctions, to name a few, and if we are unable to corroborate their claims in eBay, we will mention this. Our goal today is not to discredit. We believe this application can be useful in the right circumstances. Instead, our goal is to provide an extra layer of information so they can make informed decisions. Furthermore, we chose these 3 comics because of their popularity, controversy, and because Spidey, Wolverine, and Punisher are 3 of the most iconic, flawed superhero anti-villains in the Marvel Universe. Oh, isn't that great? Well, the government apparently froze my bank account, and all I have to do is give these guys my address, credit card information, passport information, social insurance number, and all my personal details, and they'll unfreeze it for me. I don't even have to do anything. This is perfect. Number 10 on Key Collector Comics Top 10 this week is Marvel Preview number 95. First cover appearance of Miles Morales Spidey, but not the first comic appearance. Why? Because this isn't a comic. It's a preview magazine of upcoming comics. But it predates the actual first appearance in Ultimate Fallout number 4 by 3 months and is considerably more rare. So the debate rages on. This is the data taken from the eBay website. These are all the Marvel Preview 95s that sold in the last 3 months, sorted newest to oldest. There are 30 of them in total. Key Collector reports a new record this week in a 9.0 of $1,200, so let's also sort by 9.0 grades. So here's the first potential issue with the Key Collector data. Yes, there was a 9.0 sale for $1,200 in the last week, but there is a more recent sale by the same seller with the same description and image for only $1,025. It is more likely that the $1,200 sale fell through and the seller relisted, ultimately selling for less than the reported record sale. Next, we have the previous record of a 9.6 for $3,325 from January 2021. If we sort by the 9.6 grade, we can verify this. But as for the 2 record-breaking sales in a 9.6 for $5,000 and $5,425, well, those are inconclusive. There were 2 9.6 sales which appear to be much higher than the records claimed by Key Collector, but they are both best offer sales, and we don't know the actual sales data. So either Key Collector has insider knowledge on what these 2 best offers sold for, or these sales occurred outside of eBay. And just to be clear, Marvel Preview 95 is a preview magazine. There is no story. It is not canon. It is no different than an advertisement. Yet there are 2 sales of 9.8s in December 2020 for $9,700 and $10,000. I don't know. I feel like this bubble has to burst at some point. But we'll just have to wait and see what we can see. You know who that was? That was Orb. Do you know who Orb was? He used to fight Ghost Rider all the time. Look it up. Now we skip down to number 7 on the list, and arguably the most popular comic in the last decade, Hulk 181 and the first appearance of Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's iconic portrayal of Wolverine and his ability to portray Wolverine's exaggerated strength and machismo helped push this book to what it is today. Key Collector claims this book broke 7 all-time high records this week. The verdict? Inconclusive. They didn't provide the record-breaking prices, so we don't have anything to compare to. But there are certainly a lot of sales of this book on eBay. We're only halfway through the month and there are already 55 sales in various grades, 231 sales in the last 3 months. Let's just take a minute to appreciate how many of these sold. Anyone remember that? Razor Ramon? No? Okay. And finally, we end this list on number 6. I know, it's odd that we're ending on number 6 and not number 1, but it's because there is no other book on this list that suffers through as much controversy as Amazing Spider-Man number 129, the first appearance of the Punisher. Folks, if you're not aware, the classic Punisher skull has become a tense topic lately, as police and military groups have adopted the symbol and started painting it on their weapons and vehicles. Some are calling it a symbol of hate and are pushing to have it removed from the character design, or even remove the character completely. And actually, this brings up something I really like about Key Collector. They do a really thorough job of providing users with as much information about a comic as possible. Key Collector has done a great job of summarizing this information as shown here. They even suggest that Savage Avengers number 15 might be the last appearance of the Punisher emblem before Marvel succumbs to public pressure. That is actually a pretty cool spec, as it would be near impossible for the average collector to know something like this. Anyway, there are 3 records here in a 7.0, 9.2, and a 9.6. I can verify the 7.0 and the 9.2, but not the 9.6. Again, we have a copy that sold as a best offer for more than what Key Collector states is the record. And again, this either means that Key Collector is able to obtain best offer data, or the sale occurred outside of eBay. However, if the sale occurred outside of eBay, that would mean that Key Collector ignores all best offer data. If that's the case, I would expect them to at least inform us so that we could make our own informed decision about the market based on all relevant data. Best offer sales may go for less than the asking price, but they are sales nonetheless, and the fact that sellers are even asking these crazy prices is an indication of market strength. My final thought? Whether you use Key Collector or not, it is wise to remember that stats can always be manipulated, and if bogus stats are repeated often enough, they are eventually seen as truth.